ourselves as citizens of the kingdom of God. Yes, there is a certain way that we as God's children should conduct ourselves when things come our way. Let me break it down for you. We as Christians, one who follow the example of Christ, should act and talk and live and conduct ourselves in a manner that is different than the people that dwell in the world. Yeah, people in the world, if they don't like you, they'll cuss you out. There are people in this world, if they don't like you, they just don't meet, they don't want to have any dealings with you. They'll roll their eyes at you, and they don't, some people in the world, they got to have a certain clique in order for them to feel important. And if you're not careful, the things of the world will begin to come into the church if we're not careful, and we will have these kinds of things going on in the kingdom. Y'all go pray with me. If I'm getting ready to crank up my engine, y'all, so y'all hop up in the seat and let's ride together. Y'all ready? If you're not a citizen of the kingdom of God, then you wouldn't be trying to love your enemies. If you're not a citizen of the kingdom, y'all, you wouldn't be trying to bless those who curse you. If you're not a citizen of the kingdom, then you wouldn't be trying to pray for those who despitefully use you. Y'all gonna walk with me, aren't you? You might as well say, man, I know I'm right. If you weren't a citizen of the kingdom of God, you wouldn't be trying to give God money from the top when you got bills on your table. Yeah, see, listen, y'all, we live in a culture, y'all, where rewards of life are given to us based upon the efforts that we render. Where you don't just get something for doing nothing, but the opposite is true, rather, for in the kingdom, because many blessings, y'all, come to us, and it's not based upon who we are or what we have done. Many of us have blessings, and it's not because of our last name. It's not because of the favorite pew that we sit in church, but the blessings we have are simply because God knows what we need when we need them. If you know I'm talking to you, let me hear you clap your hand. Yeah, and y'all, that's simply ridiculous. Ridiculous, y'all. The word ridiculous, if you were to Google it or go to Webster and you're trying to do some research or investigate the word, I promise you, y'all, many of y'all are going to shout on that word before we leave here today. The word ridiculous, if you look it up, it means likely to excite ridicule, unworthy of serious consideration, funny or preposterous. And y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I am a living witness that God can do some things for you. God can do some things in you. God can do some things through you that are simply ridiculous. And the reason why some of y'all can't clap your hands on that is because many people try to analyze and have deep thought and use logic and try to fully understand why God does what God does. But I just believe that I have some witnesses in the house of God today who can declare that you are blessed like you are, and you can't even understand it. You are blessed as you are, and you can't even comprehend it. And y'all, that is simply ridiculous.